That's because lots of teams will likely be shedding certain players from their rosters for one reason or another. Some may be personality problems. Others may not fit in the new schemes under new coaching staffs. Then there are those who may still be good but have just grown far too expensive for their current teams to keep them around. These types of cuts are called cap casualties. Looking across the landscape, here are some possible names who could be cut loose in the next couple of months that may in fact have sizable markets waiting for them. Ryan Tannehill, QB, Miami Dolphins. The free agent quarterback market is expected to be Teddy Bridgewater and then everybody else. That means even second-tier names could still get a ton of action. Word out of Miami is the Dolphins are about done with, in fact, Tannehill. They've been patient for several years waiting for him to blossom, but it just hasn't happened. Both sides need a fresh start. Tannehill is 30 years old and can still be effective when healthy. There's bound to be a few coaches who think they can get something out of him that others couldn't. $13 million in cap relief if cut. Deshaun Jackson, WR. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If there's one thing that NFL teams value more than anything in today's game, it's speed. Even at 32 years old, Jackson proved again in 2018 that he has plenty of juice left in those legs. Sure, he may not be as fast as he was in his early days, but he's still faster than all but 5% of the other wide receivers in football. Somebody is going to want that value and his experience on their offense. Expect him to join a team that is a likely contender in need of more explosion in the passing game. $10 million in cap relief if cut. More from NFL mocks. It remains a bit puzzling why Safarian Jenkins chose to sign with Jacksonville considering the QB situation he was walking into. Likely money played a role. Now after 1 year, expectations are he'll be released as the Jaguars begin to shed contracts to get out of the red. The tight end is 26 years old, so he's still in his prime and has proven he can be that big, athletic threat in the passing game when used properly. Some may see him as another Eric Ebron hopeful. $4.75 million in cap relief if cut. Olivier Vernon, OLB. New York Giants. Considering the man just made the Pro Bowl, it's hard to think the Giants would willingly part with Vernon this offseason. However, GM Dave Gettleman seems intent on building his own roster, and that means shedding expensive veterans who were here when he arrived. Vernon is 28 years old, so he's approaching the back nine of his career. However, given the barren landscape of the market in terms of good pass rushers this year, he'll have the phone ringing off the hook. $11.5 million in cap relief if cut. Jaquiski Tartt. San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers defense continues to undergo a transitional period, and one of the names who sits on the fence in terms of a future there is Tartt. A big reason for that is health. He's missed 15 games over the past 2 years with various ailments and hasn't really taken that next step forward the team had hoped after a strong rookie season. That said, he's 26 and displays the sort of skill set lots of aggressive defensive coordinators would love to have thanks to his tackling and prowess as a blitzer. $1.85 million in cap relief if